Before we move into any practices, I want to make sure you understand what Tantra truly is and what Kundalini actually means. These words circulate everywhere now, online, in workshops, in spiritual spaces, but they're often presented in ways that are incomplete, distorted, or overly simplified. My goal in this first session is to give you a foundation that feels clear, embodied, and real, so you know the path you're stepping onto from the very beginning. Let's start with Tantra. When most people in the West hear the word, they immediately think of sex, slow breathing, sacred lovemaking, intimate rituals. And while sexuality is indeed one thread in the larger tantric tapestry, it is far from the whole picture. The word Tantra comes from Sanskrit, tan meaning to stretch, expand, or weave, and tra meaning tool or technique. So Tantra literally means a tool for expanding consciousness. It is not a religion or belief system. It is a living philosophy that uses your ordinary, everyday life as the gateway into extraordinary awareness. Instead of rejecting the physical world, Tantra embraces it. It teaches that your breath, your senses, your emotions, your relationships, your experiences, all of it can become a sacred path when approached with presence. In many ways, Tantra is the perfect teaching for the times we live in. Today, people are overstimulated, disconnected, anxious, and running on autopilot. Tantra offers a way back into your body and back into your life. It reminds you that awakening doesn't require escaping to a mountain cave or pausing the world around you. It asks you to wake up right in the middle of your real life, through presence, awareness, embodiment, and the simple act of being here fully. Tantra is experiential. You can read about it for years and still not understand it. Nothing in Tantra makes sense until you feel it in your breath, your nervous system, your senses, your relationships, and your moment-to-moment awareness. Your body becomes the laboratory. Your life becomes the temple. Now, let's talk about Kundalini. You've probably heard it described as a coiled serpent resting at the base of your spine. That image is symbolic, but it points to something very real. Kundalini is your dormant spiritual energy, your raw life force, your deepest potential waiting to awaken. This energy is the divine feminine, the Shakti current within you, resting until the timing is right. When Kundalini begins to awaken, it rises through the central channel of your body, moving upward and activating each chakra. As it travels through these energy centers, it purifies old patterns and awakens new gifts. Some people imagine Kundalini as an explosive awakening, but for most, it begins subtly, a shift in awareness, a tingling at the spine, an increase in intuition, vivid dreams, emotional clearing, or an unexplainable feeling that something inside is turning on. These are signs that the serpent is beginning to stir. It's important to understand that Tantra and Kundalini are inseparable. Tantra gives you the practices, breathwork, mantra, meditation, visualization, and rituals that prepare your mind and body. Kundalini is the power that these practices awaken. One without the other is incomplete. Without Tantra, Kundalini can rise chaotically and overwhelm the nervous system. Without Kundalini, Tantra becomes philosophical but lacks transformation. Together, they form a complete path that is safe, potent, and awakening. And at the heart of this path are two foundational forces, Shiva and Shakti. Shiva represents pure consciousness, the stillness, the witness within you. Shakti represents energy, the movement, the life force, the serpent herself. Every moment of awakening is their dance. Kundalini rising is literally Shakti ascending to meet Shiva at the crown of your head. When they merge, you experience what is called divine union, the balance of masculine and feminine, energy and awareness, presence and flow. This is not a metaphor. It becomes a lived inner state that changes how you think, how you feel, how you show up, and how you love. As we move forward, I want you to hold on to one essential truth. Tantra is not something you learn once and then know. It's something you embody through experience. And Kundalini is not something you force, chase, or try to manipulate. It awakens in its own perfect timing, in harmony with your readiness. This first module is meant to give you a grounded framework, a way to understand the path before you, not as information, but as an invitation into a deeper relationship with yourself. So as we continue, remember this: Tantra is the map. Kundalini is the fire. Together, they lead you into a level of awareness and embodiment that is not just spiritual, it is deeply human, deeply alive, and deeply transformative.